I'm left.
Candela.
Everybody knows I'm fat.
Candela.
Go ahead and slip, I'll slide all up in your B.O.D. Wow.
Babe, don't make a sound. 2 a.m. love, gotta keep it down. Don't wait around for a signal now. Give me some verb, I ain't talking now. You wanna ride in the 6, you wanna dine in the 6. But when I lean for the kiss, you said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell nah, been waiting too long.
Brando,
Hell nah, I want that cruel love.
nigga jam.
Hell nah, been waiting too long.
Loud, luxury.
Hell nah, I want that cruel love.
Mr. Worldwide.
Body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence.
She got the body of a goddess, booty so big you can see it from the front. I wanna ride it, baby you excited. Mommy gotta be a chiropractor, the way she break necks with that body. Light it, daddy, we came to party. 305, look what we started. We gon' slide, go ahead, shout it. We gon' ride, go ahead, shout it. Now give me that cool love,
get naked, mamá. Papi chulo, bien duro, te lo quiere dar. I want that cool love, get naked, mamá. Papi chulo, bien duro, te lo quiere dar.
Hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah.
I need you, baby, you got me waiting too long. Yo quiero darte bien duro esa canción. I like how you look in my bed. Y como lo hace, bebé. The way that you move in your body, I know that you're naughty. The way that you flip. I want that cool up, get naked, mama. Papi chulo, bien duro, te lo quiere dar. I want that cool up, get naked, mama. Papi chulo, bien duro, te lo quiere dar.
Hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Hell nah, been waiting too long. Hell nah, I want that cruel love. Body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my, finding all my innocence.
That cool up, get naked, mamá. Papi chulo, bien duro, te lo quiere dar. I want that cool up, get naked, mamá. Papi chulo, bien duro, te lo quiere dar.
I know it's hard to remember the people we used to be. It's even harder to picture that you're not here next to me. You say it's too late to make it, but is it too late to try? And in our time that you wasted, all of our bridges burned down. I wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the time's gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, I would still be holding you like this. my change I spent on you. Where have your time's gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, all those fairy tales are full of it. Yeah, now I'm at a payphone. If all of the kings and the queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast to all of the queens who are fighting alone. Baby, you're not dancing on your own. Can't live without me, you wanna, but you can't. No, no, no. Think it's funny, but honey, can't run the show on your own. I can feel my body shake. There's only so much I can take. I'll show you how a real queen behaves. No damsel in distress, don't need to save me. Once I stop breathing fire, you can't tame me. You might think I'm weak without a sword, but if I had one, it'd be bigger than yours. If all of the kings and the queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast to all of the queens who are fighting alone.
What's up, team? How we doing? Let's rock and roll here. Lunch hour commentary. It little died off a little bit right now. Pretty slow. Looks like we'll definitely get into a lesson today. We didn't yesterday because it was so hot. You know, day 2 of that fun. Usually day 3 we do die off just a little bit overall. Got a little fun earlier, but it was more of a mob fest, shifting left, right, left, up, down, up. Now we get pretty much some sideways movement, waiting for, you know, maybe another mob shift, moving over to another play. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning though this morning. Thank you for coming on over. Enjoy the interview too with Kush. That was good. You know, I kind of got in and out of that as much as I could, being in and out of my office, listening to old Kush Dog. It was nice to hear from him. So it was nice to see. Don't really, of course, getting my trading on in the morning, I don't have time to go over, unfortunately, and listen, you know, to say Kush or something. You know, other traders even really deck for the most part anymore. So nice to actually hear from the fella. I haven't ever heard him talk before. I had no idea his name was really Kush. I thought it was a nickname. So I learned a lot today. Definitely a good guy, though. You know, you like listening to traders and then hearing them doing and going through the same things that I've gone through, or doing the same, using the things that I use, seeing the things that I see. So certainly was awesome to have Kush on and see that. What's up, Renad? How you doing? Stetman, how we doing as well? And by the way, I do have now a secondary. I maybe up to probably, who knows, 3 or 4 or 5 by now, which is just dumber than, I don't know why. Because again, I just don't feel as if, again, that's what I think I'm going to start doing, is start, because you guys follow me anyway, and it's not like I'm that big yet. So while I'm still not that big, as I think I'm going to start, there's another fake account. There's another fake account on Instagram. So I may just start posting random pictures on my, so if you've seen random stuff on my Instagram, just know it is me. I was like, let me see if they keep up with this. I'm going to change my, my profile picture to just something completely random. Start posting random pictures, just see if they can keep up with me. Because I'm just getting sick of the fake accounts. I'm like, I'm just gonna start doing stupid stuff then, and see if they even want to have a fake AK47 Josh Smith account. Let's see if I do that. If I'm posting pictures of that's what I was telling the guys yesterday. I'm like, I'll start posting pictures of monkeys picking their nose. You know what I mean? Just something just completely random, or that'll be my profile picture. Or just completely change, because they mock everything that you do to the T. Like even your stories, which is really weird. Because my point being, the other day I did stories. If you follow me on Instagram, it'll be like something that you can actually interact with and click on. But if you watch their stories, you try to click on it and you can't interact with it. I'm like, post a picture of Pelosi. No one exactly. I'll maybe do that, Alex. Fine, exactly. But I was talking to the guys yesterday. Yeah, Renard. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. I'm not even that big. I see myself as a fly on the wall compared to people like Deck. Here we go. KSPN finally getting that 6-5 squeeze. I know that's why it's up right now and has been, because I know even Alex Vaughn brought it up earlier. Watch for that pop over 5-5. 5-5, not 6-5, but 5-5 team for a move to 6. That's why 6 is in my head. So watch for a move to 6, possibly 6-15-ish, where that high of day area was. So for me, overall, KSBN top stock to watch. I will move this definitely, or keep that as blue. I will mark this as orange right now. So finally, as I just talked about, the mob's trying to find a play. Well, this is the play. It looks like the mob's running over 2. KSBN, nice spike so far. Nice little squeeze. Does have a downtrend too as well, if you notice this team. Beautiful downtrend line right here. However you want to mark that in at essentially. There's your downtrend break, close and open candles. Let's rock and roll. New high of day. I will now get into a 3-minute time frame so we can see that a little better now. Not so zoomed out. Yeah, I'll start doing stuff like that. It's just annoying. I'm like, do y'all not have, that's really just someone's job? I mean, they just sit over there in some factory or some building over, and I've just seen some, like, which I've seen, like, studies, a lot of them are over in Africa, but they're over somewhere in the Europe or that area of the world, it seems like. It's just weird. It's always the same. It's like, it's so weird. You know, it's like, why? What are we doing with our lives? I hate it. Yeah, Renard exemption. That's essentially what I'm dealing with, man. Let's see here. Let's see. China's big retaliation was sending Nancy back unharmed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, that kind of is it, right? I try to, like, no, don't do anything to her. Send her back. Come on, you got to think about it. We kill her, they're gonna love it. They're like, hell yeah, they killed her. Although now we got to start war, maybe, but still, cool. Who cares? Maybe they probably want to start war. They probably want to start a war. Don't do it. Send her back. Send her back. Here's this push up to the 605, 610 mark right there. Come on, let's go up a little bit high. I'll just go with the tips, just so you can see where the tips are. There's the tips, the high of day area. Now this is going to try to be your support area right around 5.5-ish. And then we have the downtrend line, of course, I will mark as that purple color because I've noticed this so often, even recently. It's like, oh man, look at that great downtrend buy. But you'll see a downtrend bounce. So if this comes down, team, and we see this somehow dramatically come down in fashion, we have the VWAP in this old support area there plus the downtrend line. That's going to be a great bounce. Now, as of right now. Now, if this happens like 30 minutes from now, maybe not so much. We'll keep that in line just for now, though. HSCS. This was another one that was popping up earlier. HSCS was one of those ones popping up from earlier. Thank you for bringing this on the board. I think the mob's going to move away from it. I actually just missed this right as I was going live because it was starting to move dead. I thought this was going to crack off. I forgot to go with this. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you so much. There is this shelf right here. So if this doesn't hold this little bottom shelf, in my opinion, it's going to start dumping down somewhere in between this where it halted up at. And, of course, this little lower shadow. So there's a nice 30... almost 30-cent range that could bounce at on its way down. Of course, more volatile stock. That's just what you're going to get. You're going to have to surround your areas with bounce plays. Definitely your other top stock to watch will go with KSPN overall. I think still, in my opinion, is going to gather more of the mob, hold the mob all day. You can see it's been there. I will go with HSCS as the number 2 for right now. Being it just hasn't had the mob all day. It just got it. Will it actually keep it? Bounce after halt ascension. Yeah, those have been great. Just, I think on day 3 here, you know, I got burned. I say burned. It's, you know, was more of a wash trade for me earlier on HSDT. I went and I alerted you guys and I loved it. I love this area big time. You know, on the way down, it was halted down right here. So I saw the bodies of these candles that are around 225 with these upper shadows. That was where that's where I really wanted to get at the most, you know, and I got filled when this opened up. It opened up right here and started popping this in a 3-minute time frame. Opened up, popped up just a little bit. I told you I had a feeling KSP was your top stock to watch, but I had to get out. $10 win. I barely got anything out of it because luckily it was popping up and I was in a session. I was like, man, I'm scaling out right now, and I'm cha-ching. You could see me scaling out. I was getting out of it, and that's why that was the reason why I could see if we don't bounce, you know, we are going to fail. You know, I wanted the dip and rip. We did not get it right there, so just be careful with that. Let's go back to KSPN. So HSCS today, they just haven't been as, you know, prominent as they've been last week, especially into yesterday. I would say if you want to look for a bounce play, I would just be safe then, is my point, and come down to this 330, have orders down there, have heavier orders at around 360-ish, because I bet it doesn't see all the way down to 330 out of this halted down area. We most likely may not even get out of the $4 area, but I don't want to, you know, have you get burned and say, man, I really like the $4 area. Now, if it's hot out, right now, Ascension, anyone else that's interested, real quickly, I'll go to it so you can see it bigger, HSCS. What you're going to do when it is hotter out, 100%. Look at this line that was put in too. So that was at some point in time, I guess I put that line in. Oh, that's why it was for the support. Come on, I need to mark it blue. If it's hotter out, I'm just letting you know right now, this is where I'm putting my orders in. You know, I'm like, oh, you know what? We're at 430. This is still 30-ish cents away from the bounce area. It's, you know, when it's hotter out, as you've seen, it's the big boom halt down. It gathers a ton of volume and then boom up the new high of day or testing high of day. Kind of what KSPN's almost kind of doing in a way right now, but, you know, more volatile in its time when it's actually spiking. It's not that hot right now, and it's during lunch hours. Now, if it was, again, lunch hours have been hot before, just not today, and just how we faded off. So I would come down here a little lower and try to get fills in this area. But in a hotter time frame, and it's hot out, and everyone just going, oh boy, here goes another one, here goes HSCS. And when it's halted down, I am not scared at all to come in here and put orders at right around $4, $4.05 for a bounce play. KSPN, top stock to watch right now, though, 100%. KSPN, next area to run to. Don't forget, this ripped last month, about a month from now. A month ago from right around now, a little less than that right though, but it just reminds me of 2020 team. We went over this last week where stocks pop up, and then we have another round 2, right? And this is happening again. What was it last month? CureTib and LTRPB, we had that, and now we're having it with KSPN. So we're having another stock that popped last month like we did last week. If you remember CureTib, let's just show you real quickly. So I don't think I'm just making stuff up over here. But CureTib popped last month, right? And then look at the pop we just got recently. Now, I'm not saying at all KSPN's pop's going to be bigger than it was last month's, you know, as in if we keep the same track of what we've seen. I don't think that's going to happen because we don't have the same heat. Now, I could be wrong, you know, but that means that this is going to have to pop to like 13, 14, you know, something like that. Maybe into tomorrow it does. I just see today this probably has room, essentially, in my opinion, and we'll see the next area up where it's hitting it right here, 640-ish area. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see here, team. Look at the high right here. See this high, the upper shadow right there? What was the upper shadow of the day? See that dotted line going right across there? Almost right on the dot. And so that area is going to be pretty darn tough moving through, in my opinion. Let's get it out a little bit more. Same here, all the way up to about 650. Going back here to where that was support from before. You see this area right here, upper shadows, where we failed at it when we went back below it. While I was kind of preach this, hey, watch for a resistance, a pullback, a good short to be had when you crack support first time back into it. You fail at it. Sometimes even the second time is even better, as we completely dropped off the second time and we failed. And there's what I was talking about, and you can see in a hotter period, which is working out right now, and that's why I didn't want to lead you to getting dumped on, but there's why exactly what I was talking about. And then boom shakalaka, boom goes the dynamite, and I'm out. I'm right now 25-30 cent gain right now. I'm out half easy. I'm easily out half, you know. And if we don't push up to 4 or 5 quickly within the next candle, I'm gonna start getting out even more, just because we could possibly fail back, and the mob's not gonna stay there. But that's, hopefully you can see Ascension. Anyone else that was looking for the dip buy, why, if it's especially not, it worked out perfectly there, but this is why I love that area and would have went in there. That was the top area to get in. This is the safer area. This is when the trends are in and you're getting these, I say micros, a pretty decent pullback. But this is what you get. You know, you're not going to get further down. I know it's kind of like sketchy with the halt being right there, but that would be the prime area to get into. I only trust it when it's a little harder. Now we have, oh my gosh, here we go. Now I went from, there was nothing to talk about. Now we've got everything. WBEV here. WBEV. What is the float on it? It is pretty small. We have RHE also popping up a little bit here, team. RHE, I've seen this pop in the past. WBEV has a float of 6 mil. So, but WBEV, another low float play. I've seen QNRX actually pop in the past. It's actually, was it? Jeez, team. What is going on here? What is going on? What is going on here? I just feel like I didn't know we're QNRX. We've got WBEV. Let's see here on watch. All right, so I just want to put those over in Dex Lobby. Woo, all right, that was out of nowhere. So QNRX team, watch for a move overall. QNRX, watch for a move overall up to that 720-ish area possibly. Probably will be a good short. I just would be careful getting shorts in on this. It's probably going to be up, down, a lot like HSCS is. Or earlier when I think it was Deck, because I did watch that when Deck was getting in short. And was a good, quick-lived short, but it was short-lived at the time. Forgot what was moving earlier. Oh, the play, of course, the long play that I got into earlier today, alerting to you guys, KSPN. So KSPN, I remember Deck getting in that short. And this is what happens. You get these momentum plays, and you think that they're done. And you still get some more squeezing out of it, you know. So I know it's like $5 or so where he was getting in. And I was like, there's still some squeezing left to be had on this play. And my bounce play, which was just crazy. I didn't realize how, in the end, how far up it really went now. And I kind of look back going, man, I wish I would have held longer. But 405 was my entry. I alerted to you guys in chat. Anywhere from 390 to 410 was the dip buy. And it ripped $2 from there. So nice, good push from there. And we're, you know, again, can't keep KSPN out because we just out, and we're seeing spikes all over again. KSPN's on watch. QNRX is on watch. It seems like SSY is going to be popping up here out of nowhere. These that don't have too much volume, I will let those go by, team. It's the stocks that actually have volume that you're going to want it. Like these right here that are popping out of nowhere, would not even worry about those. Oh, this is nuts. What do you do with what do with the QNRX? What do with the QNRX? What to do with QNRX? I just would be careful. Honestly, it's either play momentum or I wouldn't touch them, you know. it's just hard to want to get in these. These are very risky biscuit type plays right now. You know, these are traders that love these, you know, that have just been dying to see this, and they're buying left and right. I got to keep up with these. All right, so we got QNRX, KSPN, RHE. That's halted up, right? RHE halted up. I've got the two other ones on watch over here. Jeez, this is what I can't. This is just nuts. This just kind of makes it fun. All right, I'm trying to make sure I have all these. But yeah, I'd say QNRX, what you're going to want to do with this, if we get a gap up, and that's what I'm trying to get my level 2 up for you guys as well. See what we're going to open at. $685. So it's looking like we're going to get at least somewhat of a gap up here for QNRX. Z, there you go. Cool. I was almost going to say, I'm glad you came over, boss. So, if you do scroll up, but you can see, I alerted over in Dex Lobby all morning long, though, Zeke. Yeah, that was my main play. And I'm sure, hold on, did anyone in this chat that's listening right now that got my alerts or saw them, did anyone short Tup this morning with me? I don't know if anyone shorted Tup, but I know I did alert it like multiple times. But yeah, so quickly, I'll just show you since we're kind of watching these. So we'll go back to Tup. And right up top, oh, actually, it's over on it's over on Trade Ideas, Tup. Because I was looking at it over here. I had it on this chart actually this morning. So let's go back into a 1 minute time frame. It's probably still there. I'm thinking. Did I get rid of it? Oh, I did get rid of it. Okay, so I did delete it already. All right, well, whatever. Let's go back to QNRX. So I'll show you right here real quickly while we wait to see where QNRX opens up. I was alerting this in chat. Was in a section actually this morning, and it was just anything from, there was multiple areas to get in here. From the trend line crack up top, so you got the trend line crack underneath the 9, back onto the VWAP even, and there was a shelf little area right here where I knew, you know, to get it down to 10.4, but yeah, and then there was another area right here at 10.75. You can see this little sandwich area, old resistance equals new support. So once we got underneath there, that was, you know, that's definitely where I added in and got in big. My average was 10.8. And took that down to the 10.4 or 10.5 at first a lot. I got out at 10.5, but I saw this pressure being built up, and then boom, finally cracked down to the 10.3 area. I didn't get the whole piece of it, and then I alerted after that. You can look in my lobby, and I put in Dex lobby. I was like, this has room down to the mid 9s, and so I'll show you real quickly. It's still in this lobby, luckily. But I alerted to because Mego was saying what a short, because I know we were talking about it this morning. But this morning, then I alerted this at 9:27 right here. You can see 9:27. I alerted Tup has room down to the mid 9s. Should have taken the short. Should have taken my own advice. And that's, so it was 9:37 my time. So 9:37 it was right here, above 10. So essentially a $10 crack and taking that down more. But whatevs. Getting a piece of the pie. That's what I always tell myself. Hey, you got a piece of the pie. You got a piece of the pie. Yes, definitely shorted it. Main thing was up top, that trend line crack. That was money. You know, that was money, big time. QNRX, I love this level 2 on Trade Ideas, or Trade Zero, I should say. Trade Zero, everything I have. Let's see, Thinkorswim. Everything's got a T in it. It's always throwing me off. But Trade Zero's level 2 team, absolutely love it. Reads where it's going to open up out of that level 2, or out of that halt very well. Zeke, yeah. So you get that, Zeke? I don't know if you were in chat earlier today, but yeah, I just don't know if you saw that. I was waiting for Tup, but to hit 11 before I pulled the trigger and everything. Oh, gotcha. Before it to maybe pop back up, Tup, yeah. Got that. Luckily, I forgot who it was in chat. I forgot who it was in chat that was alerting Tup. You guys were. I know Prince was. Prince, if you're alerting in here, I know you were. See, here's that momentum. This is what I was talking about. Ascension. You just got to ride that momentum. You know, you're probably not going to get that. And then then you get the Sketchland. You know, and the spread here gets to, at least it's probably been at about 10 plus cents or so, right around 10 cents. But someone alerted this earlier in the day, Tup. And it was spiking up on earnings. And I was like, at first thought about going long because it was pushing hard. You know, 8 up to 11 and a lot of stuff was spiking. I was like, man, this could be a good long. And I was like, hold on. Looked at the flow. It was up on earnings. I was like, man, And then actually we were in a session and she alerted that I was like, the trend line. Oh, there is a new trend line. I was like, man, this is looking super amazing. And so from there out, alerting it. And then, of course, back under, there was a little shelf right here on 11.15, 11.20 area that I saw. Once it got under that, it failed again under that. Then under the 9. Under the VWAP, just completely just crashed away from there. Oh, and then it just never gained enough momentum, Night Trader at all. And here I could see maybe it had a chance to, but it just never got the momentum to push back up for kind of that reshort. It was just have to really, the last area, and that's why I mentioned the last area was right here, and I alerted it was a little too late. There's a beautiful shelf right here that cracks. See this little shelf right here, about 1020-ish, 1025. So boom, 1020, 1025. There's that shelf right there. And then boom, it cracked on down from there. That's why I see these areas of what I just seen it day in, day out, over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And then you just see, man, I've seen this 100 times, So someone was looking in the chat, had the first trend line on it. It kind of cracked, but was still pushing out to the side. She noticed the second trend, like, oh yeah, there's a second trend line. I was like, man, so yeah. It was a nice short to be had for sure. I don't know why I'm going to 1 minute time frame. Super crash. And then the fact that I alerted, it got down to the mid 9s right where I figured it would. Now has room, honestly, has room down back to 9. This may finish at 9 today, team. Tut may finish at 9. Those are beautiful shorts right there. Beautiful short. Let's go back to K. I don't think, we'll see if QNRX holds up. I'm going to go back to KSBN so I can see this for 100%. The LULD, just so we know, is 656 on the way down. I'll make this a little smaller. I don't think we're going to be looking at mid-candle breakouts. I'll keep the level 2 up just for now so that way we know we can at least keep an eye on the level 2. So, KSBN. KSBN by far is what I thought. KSBN, top stock to watch. Overall, as I kind of talked about, it's had the mob. That's one thing you look at, too. When these new plays pop up, like, say, a QNRX, we'll have to go over to it now. It could, pop and still whirl a little bit, but it's got a long way to go to gain the mob and the volume that, say, KSBN's had today. 31 mil. Up for no reason. We know that. This is now up to 680, team. I was long at $4. Are you kidding me? 405. It blows my mind right now to see the continuation on this play. So nice downtrend break, and it's just been popping ever since then. See the downtrend break, team? Nice squeeze, just blows up from there. Another downtrend break. There's a beautiful little flag being built in right there. Let's get to the 3-minute time frame. There's a beautiful flag right there. Another downtrend break. Another downtrend break. Just gorgeous, team. Gorgeous. KSBN rocking and rolling. Rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling. Yeah, if you got in there, Andrew, good job on the short, boss. Yeah. RHE is still halted up, by the way. RHE is still halted up, by the way. So that is has been a longer halt. I'd imagine that just sells. So if you could get shorts, if you do have them, watch RHE. This is going to be a 10-minute halt. Everyone's moving over to KSBN. Probably is moving over to QNRX. Completely forgot about this play. He's only had one candle of showing strength and life today, which is the halt up candle. So just imagine, I don't see this holding, essentially, in my opinion. If it does, I'd be shocked. Let's go back to KSBN, by far top stock to watch. How's Lazy doing here? Oh, Lazy. Okay, Lazy Dog. All right. So we got Lazy popping up. Again, team, not surprised. These aren't the ones, though, that are probably going to hold the mob and the volume. So if you are looking too short, these are the ones that pop up out of nowhere. These are your plays to get into. Like this right here, especially if we crack below this halt up price, where we halted up at 660, you're going to see the VWAP. We'll probably shoot down below that and finally hit a halt down. So it has to hold that area. The halt up price would just about hit my halt strategy that I talk about. 655 was at low, and the high here was 660. So 660, 665. So 5 cents away there. Essentially did a little halt strategy, little teardrop, I should say, kind of bounce off of that area. That's what I kind of call those, the lower shadows, little teardrops, where they come down real quick. You have those low entries, hoping to get filled, kind of going back to QNRX beforehand. If you want to be the safe trader, remember when I was talking about kind of those low areas to look for, that whatever trade, you always want to go in those lower areas. You just never know exactly where that dip's going to come in at. What's up, Melissa? How we doing there? Changes will come. Thank you, girls, for coming on over. What was the other one today? MDI. Well, I'm just kind of go through some of these plays real quickly. Team ILAG, HD. Wow, HSDT, HSDT. What a dump! What a dump. That was terrible. RHE is live. RHE is live, team. Let's see what we get here while we are live. So RHE, we'll go back to this real quickly. You're going to get a gap up, just like with QNRX. All that momentum into it. There was no one selling. So that's the reason you're going to get the gap up. They got to match that bid and the ask, and that's where they matched it up at. Now if this holds this, I wouldn't be shocked if this kind of continues to fly. It's now all over the place. RHE, just real quickly so we can see the level 2 and where the halt up and down is. Yeah, got about a 15-cent spread. It just looked about to be about 20-30 cents, and here it is flying back on down. The halt down is 601. It's hitting the halt down price right now, team. Kind of what I was expecting and that's what I said. RHE, get your shorts ready. Get your shorts ready. Still not halted down yet. Still not halted down yet. I mean, this should be any moment now. This is halting down. Yeah, I was like, oh, so much selling there. Let's see, what do we, okay, let's go back and get out of RHE. That's nasty. Nasty. QNRX is about to be on the same page here, team. If we get under that 660 mark, I'm telling you, it just teardropped off 660 again. Look at that. Just came right down and hit 660 on the dot. Did QNRX right there. Another quick little dip. Melissa, what are we looking at? By the way, KSBN spiking. Boo, I got out too early and I knew. That's all good. Melissa, same here. I mean, I was in it full. You too. I don't know if you got in, Melissa. If you got in with me earlier with KSBN with that beautiful dip that we got right at $4. I mean, that was just gorgeous right there. Marcel in chat earlier, I don't know if he's still around, but he was asking where the dip was, and I alerted. And then this ran to 6. I would have been super happy. I wouldn't care, especially if it ran to, but I mean, you kind of start caring after a little bit, you know, when my exit was right around the 460, because it was in this high of day area. And of course, 3-minute time frame, but there was a small bit of fail right over there anyway. I was like, oh, I'm getting out, get out. So I scaled out real quick. And then of course it shoots up for more. I was like, I knew it was probably going to touch 5. If it came back up that fast, it's all good though. So KSBN, definitely looking at that. Forming this new trend line, you can tell real quickly right off the bat, there's this new trend line forming. We'll go with those lower shadows because it's a wiki play. You could go with the bodies of the candles, but no, with this is what's going to be it's going to be the bottom that's going to hold up KSBN. Put the trend line in. Let's go back to this now, and you can see perfectly old resistance equaled new support. I mean, with this, because we didn't pop too far out, that's why I tell a lot of traders that. I mean, it popped enough. You would think to come back down to 615 to 20, but with this momentum, it's definitely not enough. You know, that's only 15, 20, 30 cents or whatever it is. It needs to have a little more room and breathability kind of to pull back. Like here, as you can tell again, $7 all the way back down, you know, to 6. You're going to have to, this has got volume in it. It's going to move a little bit more. So this is your support line for now. I'm going to go with light blue. There it is. Like, come on. All right, so there's your light blue. There's your support lines for KSBN. This line's a little bit better down here, where we about teardropped off of earlier, anywhere down from, say, 545 up to about 560. This is a sketchier. Hey, it's the trend line as of right now. Let's go for another squeeze and push up to the high, you know, mid to high 6s. I wouldn't go here. Not right now. Not up this much for the day. You know, up 141%. Lunch, I know it's the only one that's really moving, but you just got to be careful here. Go a little bit lower at the 560, 550 mark. QNRX is actually holding up. RHE, I'll keep that on watch over here to the right-hand side. RHE halted down at 34 after in 22 seconds. So wherever you're at in this beautiful world, it's going to come live at 39 after in 22 seconds. So 39 after in 22 seconds if it's a 5-minute halt. Finally, and I alerted this over in Dex Lobby. Did anyone see this alert earlier on? I said this is getting gorgeous. I said looking very. I put the Borat. Very nice. I did the very nice for you guys. I said it's a very nice, a very long trend line. It's a very pretty. And that's now, I don't know what accent I'm getting into there. But not too far of a trend. But I just noticed it did finally crack that trend line. Watch for move down to say the 18, 15-ish area in VWAP. It just hasn't given up. You know, the monkeypox isn't going away, even though this doesn't have the cure or whatever or anything for that as of right now. Just dealing with that, it's still going to stick around until monkeypox is just kind of like with COVID, until it becomes less talked about and worried about. I would imagine at some point in time, kind of like a lot of traders were waiting on GovX to get that nice pullback. And I knew I was going to be miss a part of this multi-day move. Me and Matt were talking about it. I'll have to ask see if Matt got a hold of it. It actually started on Monday. You know, when that pullback started happening later in the day, I should have noticed that. And I think because he was talking about it in that Power Hour commentary, and it just dumped yesterday into today. So this is one of those multi-day shorts that I wanted to get a part of, and I just could not, just didn't see it. KSBN here, team. Trend line is cracking. Watch for move down to the 560 area. If it does fully crack, again, 560 to 550-ish, that's where your bounce play is going to be. I do have RHE on watch over here in case we do come live. 34 after 22 seconds is the halt time. QNRX still on watch, team. What did it not do? Never cracked that 660 area. It teardropped off that thing 3 times. 1, 2, 3. One was 667, one was 665, and the other one was 660 on the dot. And we've only squeezed up since that last 660 touch. Oh, man, John, so you were in it earlier, I'm guessing is what you're saying, Johnny boy? You sold when this started popping up the first time, I'm guessing is what it looks like or something, maybe? Or you sold too early, or as in you sold before it did start popping? Because holy banana joes, yeah, you were all over it early. Like, because I'm seeing 44 after, so I'm trying to go back and backtrack when that was, and that was before the breakout. And yeah, I'm sure right now $4 through on that was $3+ Moho, Melissa says, get me some Moho. Yeah, I like Moho. It looks like a nice spike to short, honestly, because of just what happened yesterday. It's running right back into that moving average, 32 cents. So if you can short it, Melissa, I would short it, Melissa, 100%. I would not look to go long on Moho. I would go no. Go show. Do not go long on this. Be careful. If you do want to go long, watch for a squeeze over this downtrend, this flag break, up to, say, 35, 40 cents possible. I would look for a short NATO back down to 25 cents, possibly even lower than that. You know, you could pull back possibly to at least to 25 cents, even probably further in the end. One more squeeze possible to 32 cents. Over that, you're looking to 35 and 40-ish, maybe, where it's topped out here. It topped out in March at that area. I just don't see an everyday it spikes, it gives back gains. It's just popping out of nowhere. You know, going back to RHE, which, you know, a lot of these that do pop up out of nowhere, usually they give back their gains pretty much immediately. Yeah, it was a spiker yesterday. So it was a spiker yesterday, 100%. You're all over it. And that's why I saw that right off the bat. So I saw this. First I saw this, and then out of the corner of my eye, I saw this right here. This nasty upper shadow. I'll zoom in, but you can see right here. I saw this right there. So yeah, that's something I would look to short for sure. And then going back a little further and seeing that, you know, anytime I do see spikes, I either see wicked upper wicks, upper shadows, and then just big red candles and you know, gap up and just giving back all of its gains. Sky T. Yep, slow it. It's just super low volume. It's up nicely for the day. I mean, Sky T, this is going to be a great multi-day short. I mean, look at this super massive multi-day mover. I don't know if Deck's talking. Yeah, I don't know if he brought up the daily move here, but look at this crazy daily move right here. Overall, in this uptrend, this isn't going to hold. I mean, there's just no way that's going to hold. So I wish we'd go back to Sky T at some point in time and just watch the travesty under this trend line. Let's go back to KSBN overall. Doing a watch for QNRX. Oh, QNRX, did that get halted down? I think QNRX halted down. Did it not seem? QNRX is halted down. Massive selling volume there. So QNRX, let's real quickly. RHE, I'm not getting an open price. I have to read the bids in the ass, so hold on. I'm going to guesstimate with RHE. It's going to see a gap down because it's 601. So 557. So 557 for, I'm gonna go with 557 for RHE. Let's watch for a 557 for RHE. RHE, if I can talk. QNRX doesn't look like much of a gap down for right now. It's looking like it's gonna be a gap down of only 5 cents. We'll see when they tape these up a little bit more and put more of these orders together. If that's where, because they'll fluctuate sometimes. So we'll go back to QNRX. Halted down at 41 after in 15 seconds. 41 after 15 seconds. 41 after in 15 seconds. So it's a 5-minute halt. It will come live at 46 after in 15 seconds. Now, don't forget, RHE halted down at 34 after in 22 seconds. So we are watching for that 10-minute unhalt time coming up here in just a little over 1 minute from right now. What is playing in the background? Not this one. Not that one. We're going to cut that off. I thought I heard some good stuff there for a minute, left it in there, and then I heard that, and I said, yeah, we're done with this one. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to go over right now, let me know. And Zeke, if you're still listening right now, I'll DM you back here in a minute, man. I appreciate it, though, boss. I got the DM. I'll DM you back, though, when I'm done going live. Appreciate it, though, boss, man. HKD, 1350. So if anyone's wondering, because I was like, I haven't looked at HKD in a minute. It's super low volume, of course, again today. Just chilling around at 13.5. So I think that's maybe what. Sorry for that mumble scrumble there, but I'm like, I could see that with HKD. I could see HKD maybe not giving back a lot of its gains. You know, or maybe it takes a minute. It's still just fluctuating around. You know, I'm like, it's still 13.5 because it's going to come in a hurry. I mean, when it comes, you're going to see it. RHE, I want to watch what this opens up to. Let's go back to RHE and see if I got that right. I'm just like testing myself. Because I always tell you guys, always kind of put yourself through the ringer and test yourself, whatever it may be, just to kind of work and hone your skills and strats. This isn't coming live right now either on RHE, so this may be a 15, it's over 10 minutes now. So this is going into a 15-minute haul. Yep, and they keep on the burn. Look at Alex. There you go, Alex Vaughn. Alex Vaughn. Oh, the man, if I could go back, because I can't remember, but when you first started trading, not that you were terrible. I mean, but just the terminology and the stuff you use now, I'm like, man, he's just a true deck Martian, back to why I hadn't said that as often, but I mean, you can just tell the stuff that we term, but when you said keeping on the burner, I was like, exactly. All I thought it was, man, you know what? I may want these beans later. I'm going to put these back here and not forget about them. I'm going to need those later. Old back burner play, but 100% I agree with, just so everyone can see, it kind of reminds me of, look, KSPN up, sideways, squeezy, getting tighter movement, squeeze up. If I can remember the play, PSTX, off the top of my head, PSTX, it's down a little bit more, but still keep on watch. If this U-shape's back up over, and I'd say the main area to keep on watch is going to be this 435, 440 mark. That's going to be your main area. You're going to see a move up to the VWAP from there. So keep that on watch for sure. Just watching our two halted down plays. We have Q and RX on watch over here, halted down right at that support line. RHE. We'll go over to Q and RX because it could come live at a 5-minute halt before RHE's 15-minute. No, I think it's done for tomorrow. I think, in my opinion, I said this earlier in my sessions, I said, I would imagine HKD in a lot of these plays and a lot of stuff starts dying, which I'm surprised we still have, which it's slowly dying off. Only KSPN and Q and RX finally kind of popped up. That's really about the main things that are actually popping up and holding. Not a lot moving as of right now. None of those big movers that were moving. There's a 5-minute, and it actually came live right where it said it was going to, right there on the dot, essentially. That's awesome. I love level 2 right here for from Trade Zero. Some things Trade Zero can work on for sure. I know I think we've all complained about that. They have an amazing level 2 team. You got to give them some credit. This dumps under that support line team. This is going to dump back. So tomorrow I see, and I thought in the end of the day, and I think we're still going to get that into tomorrow, I think it's going to be a little slower. Same kind of barrage tomorrow morning of, like you're in a war, just barrage left, right, here. What are we playing? I think the spikes are going to be a little less, though, tomorrow. Dies off even quicker. Even more dead tomorrow at lunch. Then get ready for Freaky Friday because everyone's going to want to end the week off the way it started. That's how it normally happens. And imagine Friday to be about as hot as maybe last Friday, essentially. About as hot as last Friday, or kind of like into Monday. Not crazy hot, but almost as hot as those days. So I could see but Friday being pretty hot. Monday, no, I think it dies back off into Monday. I think then we have Monday dies back down again. Then Monday we get today again. In my opinion, Monday we'll get today again. Tuesday we'll get Thursday. Then it dies off. And then like what Deck was saying, then we'll have to worry about a new trend that forms. But then it'll be a new trend. This trend may be done for now. The spiky, crazy madness out of nowhere. We're going to need a new play. We're going to need that or HKD to go bananas again, which usually doesn't happen. Kind of like DWAC. It's got its one run, maybe tries to run after that day, whatever. But, a week later, we're all wanting something else by then. Although it could run. We've seen it happen. Beautiful bounce play. If any of those right at the bounce play team, if any of those went for the perfect bounce play opportunity, there it was. That's why I said go for the safer area. Remember earlier I said don't go for the 610 area. Go lower here to the 650-ish mark. 650, 660 area. You would have gotten a beautiful bounce play. I don't think it ever hit 650 or 550. 550. I don't think it hit 550 on the dot. It's in the 555 area. So beautiful bounce play right there off of from KSPN. PEV, again, probably going to be another great shorting opportunity in my opinion. No volume all day long. Then out of nowhere, PEV, of course, you do remember this one from last month, was spiking up. Forgot when exactly that was. Yeah, it was actually was in June. I forgot June. So PEV, now that I look back, it actually was in June that I look over here, trying to find the resistance line that we're running into. And in Trade Zero or Trade Ideas puts it in already for you right on the dot. This 370, essentially 365, 370, and then boom! Like tough acting. KSPN by far, in my opinion, is going to be the top stock to watch. Keep PSTX on watch as well for that U-shape back up. SIG has been a nice all-day grinder. Pretty slow, though. I'm not seeing a lot from any of these other movers that I think have a lot of potential as of right now. Like, again, that's what I was trying to go through some of these earlier to see if anything else really shows any kind of life of movement. I'm not seeing anything. Let me know if there is anything moving. Even kind of the SPY and AMD, all that kind of stuff's moving out to the side. Oh yeah, I forgot Andrew. You're a big, see, Sniz, you're kind of the new Chicago guy. RHE, oh, even bigger gap down. I was wrong. It ended up being even bigger. I had a feeling though. What did I tell you? Get your shorts out on RHE. Get your shorts out on RHE. It's time to go short NATO. Move this out of the way. Yeah, he kind of took over, Andrew, for the Chicago guy for you. Yeah, Sky T, that's the one to watch. I'll put Sky T on watch. Thank you again on that one. Since it is slow and steady, it is at least uptrending, just hit new high of day. Yeah, BC man, it sounds a lot like me at first. Sounds like and I think we've talked about that though. That was a lot like I used to be at first. But yeah, it's just one of those things you have to trust your areas. You got to trust yourself. You got to find these areas and trust them. You know, to be as robotic as you can is, here's my entry, here's my exit. Like as in my stop loss, my target's my entry. Here, I am going to trade, not going to touch unless, sell unless it hits one of the two. Once you're in. But yes, dude, it just takes time. It's not one of those things that a lot of traders, I promise you, can just snap their fingers and just get. Not many. I'm guessing and hoping you took a good bounce play right here on KSPN right there on that 5-6 mark. And if so, you took the bounce, you got a good trade. QNRX had a feeling though this was going to probably start dumping off. Next area that's going to hold this up is around the $6 area, 6 to 5.9, somewhere in there. If that does not hold, this is done for the day and done. If 6 to 5.9 area does not hold. BC man, we'll work on it. Oh, halted down again, though. So now we're halted down. So QNRX looking like this one is definitely going to be done. We'll see if we get one more bounce out of this halt down at around that $5.90 to $6 mark, or it is DONE. And look at the beautiful bounce off of this 560 area. Gorgeous team. I'll keep this in. Mark it as orange. I'll go red just to differentiate the orange and the reds that we have up here. So the two resistance areas moving up. Old trend line up. This area, which lines up perfectly with that. So this is at number 1. Number 2 is high of day. It's all right, though, BC. Good. Got a piece of the trade, got a piece of the meat, piece of the pie. I bet you're a big mince meat pie eater, aren't you, BC man? You probably love some of that mince meat. Oh, man, big mince meat pie. Y'all ever heard of one of those before? Or ever had one? I would never dare let these beautiful lips and taste buds touch mince meat BS. Like, when I heard that was an actual, I'm like, what's a pie? I'm like, that's like chicken pot pie, though, right? Not like a dessert. Like, what are you doing to me? Gross ass stuff. Sky T, new high of day, so a little slow and steady mover to watch. I'll put it on watch as of right now. I will put over here so I can keep it on watch. QNRX. RHE's done. RHE's done, team, so I would not even worry about RHE, so we're going to back over to QNRX. I will keep this on watch out of that halt down to see if we see a bounce. If we don't, it's going to be done for the day. QNRX halted down at 51 after in 22 seconds. 51 after in 22 seconds. Sky H, nice slow, or Sky T, I should say. Sky H, don't tell me I'm pretty right. Sky H is another ticket we've looked at before. Let's go to the 1-year chart. I thought that's why I always want to go with, because we've seen a lot of Sky T recently. Look at Sky T last year. Sky T was a little fun ticker to trade here. Look how many days too. That's why people you see this recently. You think this is fun, team? This was 2020 every day. This was 2020 every week, every day, every week. I probably for the most part. Imagine then even into 2020, it lasted till about April, and then it died off toward the middle of April till June, and then July was just bananas again, and then it was sort of bananas again toward the DWAC, which I'm sure a lot of you I know probably that have been in long enough since the DWAC days. I feel like we're talking about history, which we are talking about history, but it's just funny the way we word it. I feel like we're talking, the back end of George Washington, the 1975s, the George Washington days, and in that era. But yeah, the Sky H's. But Sky H was another fun one. I do remember Sky H from last year. Let's go back to Sky T, though. I'll go 3 minute. Mel coming on over. My boy Mel. Never heard of it. Yeah, BC man. Yeah, I think it's more of a southern thing. I think mincemeat is. I can't even fathom you guys want to taste that. So don't even. Queuing. Swing. Nice. CUEN team. Nice little spike up. Same thing though as we talked about. CUEN, I would say if this gets anywhere from, or anywhere close to, let's see, around that 90-cent mark to $1, if it gets there, again, like what we've seen on any of these, RHE, QNRX, I don't know how many of these have popped up recently. Imagine it's going to be in that same boat, 100%. So nice, thank you there, Mel. Great alert. CUEN, same thing, nice spike, continuing to spike. I don't think it's halted up because I didn't think if it was below $1 they halted, right? Am I wrong on that? No, it's still live, yeah. I was like, I didn't think they halted below $1. So CUEN, nice slow. Or maybe they do. I've seen, no, I have, because I got into play. What am I thinking? I just don't see them that often. No, I'm pretty sure I've gotten into a stock that was halted below $1 before. I lost big on it. But CUN, nice play there. Thank you, Mel. Got that on watch over here on my side as well now. So again, watch for that pop overall. Like I said, close to this little bottom, this old support area, 90, 95, 93, 92, 90, whatever cents you want to call this area right here. I'll put the line in. It may pop up to it. And there's your resistance line if we do get high enough for CUEN. Thank you, Melsters. Keep it on watch just to see if we do get it open on QNRX. Halted down at 51 after in 22 seconds. So it's a 5-minute halt. It will come live at 56 after in 22 seconds. Let's go back to KSPN, ESPN's little brother, slowing down a little bit here. Still in this, overall in this channel, I'd say for now, 555-ish, 550 up to about 610, 620. So about a 60-ish or so cent channel forming on KSPN. Has a little bit of a downtrend effect and a little bit of a head and shoulders. If you do want to notice that as well, I'm sure I can see, as you can see. The shoulder, the head, the shoulder right here, a little one on the wonkier side, but we do have those form a little on the wonkier side. So if this does pull back to 5.6, don't trust that bounce play. Be very careful. Now, we could work out in ourselves in a channel. Just know that that bounce is going to be a little riskier taking it. This was the best bounce to be had, as I talked about. You know, up top was I was saying, do not take this. Come on down and take it here. That was the first bounce. Second bounce in this setup that we're seeing makes it a little riskier in my opinion. RHE live, so or I should say RHE, not what I meant to say, but QNRX. QNRX is now live team. Again, this is the area I told you, like I talked about, has to hold up. I'm watching it on my Thinkorswim because it moves much faster over here, and I can actually watch it and the time, or I should say the level 2. No, it's time and sales. Time and sales, I should say. Time and sales that I have out to the right here on QNRX. It's holding at that $6 mark. If it dumps below 6 in that 5.9 area, team, this will probably, may not see another halt down, but it will be done for the day. Here comes some buying coming in right here, trying to push it back up. Yeah, we got that on watch too. Keep PSTX on watch, team. Again, it's got to get back over, and it's getting pretty close to it right now. That 340-ish area, 335, 340 area, and it's right at it right now. So PSTX, especially with the downtrend, watch for that and a little squeeze back up to the VWAP. If we get to the VWAP, fail is crucial. We cannot fail if we want that continue. If you want that to continue to push. QNRX watching for this possibly to fail back here underneath the $6 mark. It is going to be done. There's a small little pop right there. KSBN channeling out to the right, team. Any stocks you want me to look at, let me know. If it still stays like this, I'll wait to get into the lesson, but I did want to get into the lesson today, or a lesson I should say. DRCT, here we go. Another stock popping out of nowhere. So Direct Digital Holdings popping out of nowhere, loves to give back gains, team, just like RHE. I've seen this one pop in the past many times. Watch for a short NATO on this one. Do not go long here. This has already popped up. If you're not in on this 60, plus cent move or so, done. Don't worry about it. Just take it for a short if you can get the shorts. Anywhere from 5, like where it is honestly now, 270 up to, you can tell that $3 mark. That's fail zone, fail zone, fail zone. This is going to die. I'm going to do a lesson on that too, on fail zones. Essentially where not to buy and where to look for shorts. Just want to get that over in Dex lobby. QNRX, I see this building up right now with selling coming in right here, team. On top of that, the shelf. So this area right here, especially in a 1 minute time frame, you can tell a little bit more so. 3 minutes building up even better. Or even though you can't tell as much, but in the 1 minute it's building up better. You're going to see a nice little shelf being built in the 610 mark. If that dumps, it may just fly through this. What's a low there? It is 582. So we'll give it down about 585. I was saying 590. It's pretty much generally about the same area. If that does not hold, it's going to be done. It's going to see another big sell-off. CUN, there was another. There it is, team, as I alerted in chat. CUN. Another good short op right there. CUN. CUEN. Moho going. Let's go with Moho. Moho the ho-ho. Oh, Moho's still going. All right. So, yeah, there, and there's your pop. See, there's your one more pop. Remember, we caught it in here. It got to the one pop here, and there's your, it's kind of like a two pop, but there's your pop. This is, to me, there's no way Moho goes any Momo. Momo's about to lose its Momo and got to be going down for show. If this goes to 50 cents, it still could go to 50 cents. I want to say, if this doesn't end with a nasty upper shadow on the day, you can call me, slap me silly, you know. You can call me slap me silly. I didn't say you could slap me silly. Nice eye, though. Keep your eye on that. Here comes QNRX, so I do want to keep an eye on this because this looks like it wants to dump. Zeke, will your lessons go to the library? No, Zeke, unfortunately, I need to get with Deck on that because I know forever ago, and it was, anyway, he said something about we're going to finally get mine in there and in a place to put mine, and I can start uploading them. He just, I don't know. Maybe he did. I just don't know. But I need to get with him on that so I can upload mine over on the website here on Tradecaster. But for now, go over to YouTube. So that very bottom link is my YouTube page. You'll see it. You see the YouTube link. Click on that. Follow me. Subscribe. Whatever it is. I think it's subscribe. Anyway, and that's where I have all my lessons. So any lesson I've ever done in chat, my live streams, my interviews with top traders, anything I've ever done here is all over on my YouTube page. Come on and dump down QNRX. You know you want to just dump down into another halt. It's looking like it's hitting the LULD team. QNR, oh, that's trying to bounce up off of it. It's QNR, keep that on watch. QNRX. I will go back over to KSPN real quickly because I know everyone's like, yes, QNRX is done. KSPN, keep on watch for this squeeze team. It is still starting to try to pop back up. Head and Shoulders did not fully create there. That little wonky Head and Shoulders, as I talked about, didn't create. Hey, HG, here comes another random popper. As I could tell, the low volume is the main thing. It says volume today, 392,000 shares traded. That's the first thing I look at when I see it pop up over here. First thing I do is I go look at the volume, and I say, man, this is probably going to be a good short. Like, that was a pretty good short right there, too. I knew that was going to be, it didn't get up that high. KSPN, where's the buy on KSPN? Whew, let me see here. KSPN. It's like I wanted to get into a jingle there, and I just wasn't feeling it. Watch for the trend line crack. I will say that the next buy. Oh man, if you can't short this trend line crack back down to 5.5 in the VWAP. I mean, I like 475. I looked at this earlier from Marcel in chat. The 465 to 485 area ended up being actually the last low area of the day. I can't believe that, but that's the next best area I like. I mean, you can come down here again if you want to trust the 5.6 mark. I see you, that's the great support area, that to the VWAP. So if you want to bounce it there, I'm understanding that, and I got it. Just go smaller share size. Main reason why is because you just don't know if it is going to crack, and I don't want you to come in and you test that area again, and then unfortunately it does fail on you. So you just aren't nearly in as big, is what I would say. Other than that, the other area I like, obviously, is 475. I know I went over that. I do kind of like this 530 area. You can see a little touch here, touch right through there. Right around 530, 535 would be the other area I look under 5.6. See, yeah, you're good. Yeah, I know, he said something forever ago in chat. He said something going live about it. Anyway, but yeah, I forgot. It was brought up, too, by other traders a few months ago. PSTX failed. See, did not get over that mark, team, so PSTX failed. So right here, like I talked about, that 435, 440 mark. See how I told you how crucial that area was? I went over that. I said 435, 445. 435, 440 area, that is going to be your area for fail. If it does not get over that, that's not good. It's not what we want. Oh, Q and RX right off that bottom area. See, team, that's why I gave it down to that area. And that's why, you know, don't go with the general, well, $6 support. Well, do you see that lower shadow right there? I bet it's going to be some support. And look at that. Low, again, was 582. The low here, 582. Go ahead and take a drink of your water. Or coffee, Gatorade, soda, whatever you got over there. Oh, I thought a 5.8 bounce for a squeeze. Let's go back to KSBN. Let's see your 5.8. Oh, you could. I mean, that's not what I go. You know, that's not me. That's not what I teach. I mean, that's if you want to do that, you can. I'm more of a safe trader, saying here was the first safe trade. Cool. This is still okay. I like it. All right. If not, then you got to come down some because it's going to crack. I just don't go in for these little pullbacks because they just crack. But I do see what you see at 5.8. I just would be careful with that 5.8 in the squeeze. I just don't. I would, if you want to do the squeeze, what I would do is put this in right here. Whatever top resistance line you want to see this breakout over. So if it's 535 for the push up, and put that downtrend line in. You can see there's a little bit of a downtrend. I'll put this line in. I would just wait for it to break out, not and try to anticipate the squeeze. Wait for the squeeze actually to happen, like me in a trend line crack, and not just predict the trend line cracking. Going, okay, is this going to crack? Well, I'll wait to see if it actually does. Then I'm going to get in. Versus, well, and sometimes, yeah, every once in a while, yes, I'll try to anticipate it. It's doing that hammerhead thing where I'm like, there's just no way it's about to crack. I will get in at that moment, maybe a little bit ahead of time. But most times, you know me, what I'm teaching, closing open the candles. So I just would wait for this to maybe, again, if you want to go for that breakout, wait for this to get over this downtrend and to get over especially 635 for the move up to 7 again. Possibly 670 is going to be a little bit of resistance when you move up. I just, wouldn't teach try to get in anticipation move. Sega, as I took it off my charting to put Sky T on, did it really start popping even more? Yeah, wow, it did. There you go, Sega out of nowhere, team. Sega. Love me some Sega, team. It's one of my favos. That makes sense though, BC man. You know what I'm saying? Just overall right there. I mean, I see what you're seeing. I would just wait for the actual squeeze to happen, and I just wouldn't want to get failed on essentially. Kind of hitting the 1875 rule as well is Siga. So you notice that team real quickly just so you can, I'll zoom back out so you can see it more clearly. Hitting that 1875 area. So if it gets over that, watch for a move for sure over 19 to 20. Now that, again, I bet we slow down. And what was it? Siga Tradehawk alerting. So yeah, whatever it may be, there may be in some kind of pump or push right there. Siga normally does, look at the volume. We're not going to maintain 1 million shares every 3 minutes. So, and here's a perfect short opportunity. No, not at the break of immediately. If you're going to go for KSBN, what you do here, and that's why I want to get J Trades on because he does more of the downtrend breaks. It's just the same thing as a trend line crack, close and open a candle. So this close and opens outside of that downtrend, and especially over 635, like I keep talking about, that's for your move up to 670, over 670, then to 7. Not just market ordering like right now, like, oh, it's over, let's go. Close and open the candles. How far down do you think PSTX will go? I would say down to that $4 mark. Honestly, $4 is probably a possible landing zone overall. If we could, you see, I'm sure everyone can see this now. This beautiful shelf right here. So here's a great short opportunity. Here's the next trade someone should be taking. PSTX, if you can get shorts on it, just get this short right here. I mean, this is just reeking of a short. Under this 415, 420, it's not 420, but it's about 415, 416, 417. What do you think is going to happen, teams? It's going to crack back down to 4. And then it's probably going to, it could possibly, and I was like, I don't know if it's 3.5 again. I would go with 375. 4 to 375. If it cracks this shelf, it's going to, get down to 4, possibly down to 375. Siga. Please don't start doing this to my stock that moves so technically sound and come over here and ruin my fucking, oh man, I almost started cussing their team. I almost started cussing. I was like, don't start doing this to my play. Don't start doing this now. I was like, come on. That's what the last thing I need is someone to start pumping this. I was like, man, this is my favorite play. I go to it every day to trade it. Every day I go to Siga to trade this. I actually missed this short earlier today, and I hope you guys caught this beautiful shelf crack. Then I missed this and I alerted it. I know Alex Vaughn was in it, but I alerted it to Alex. You guys were alerting it. Now, Deck got in somewhere in here, but I alerted the trend line crack. I mean, this thing just runs so pretty, team. It's just gorgeous. I mean, It really is so pretty. It's a beautiful stock. I don't think I'd ever thought I'd talk about stocks the way I talk about SIGA, but gee golly, I was like, so don't come over here and ruin my favorite play. I mean, it's like, you know, you're looking at some girl and she's all now, like my wife, and then my wife now wants to go get Botox and get fake this and implants that and butt booty juice this, and I'm like, no, whoa, why are we faking it up? Don't be messing it up. You're perfect. Let's see, hot momentum plays. Yeah, KSB and Momo. Is Momo still moving? Is that? I mean, Momo's still going? Okay, it's Momo. Oh, he misspelt it. I was like, it's Moho. Yeah, I was like, hold on, what's going on here? It's Moho. Yeah. Okay. Watch for, I'm telling you, Moho. Here you go, Melissa. Watch for this right here. I'm telling you. Watch for this shelf crack. This is building up pretty good in a 1 minute time frame. I always kind of keep myself zoomed in when stuff starts spiking up. For you guys, I'll kind of keep it in a 3, but you can tell this has only just started spiking from here. So if you want to, you can be in a 1 minute time frame just to see the last hour, you know, a little more zoomed in, last 45 minutes more zoomed in. This is a shelf. Felt like, sorry, I didn't mean to say that way, but that's a nice shelf building in right here, and it's starting to look like it's going to crack. And watch for a move down to where? Old lower shadow and these upper shadows at 30. You know, this could be the end here of what's starting to come in that nasty upper shadow for Moho. Siga, be careful with it, team. Wait for that vol, and I imagine it does, and hope it does, and hope people stop pumping this stuff. But it's stuff overall, but definitely Siga. It goes back to normalcy. I bet over time, next 20, 30 minutes is my point. Not like in the next 3 days, but next 20, 30 minutes just gets back to doing what Siga was doing and just doing movement like this. I will keep Moho on watch though, since you know everything else is kind of slowed down right now. I've got Moho on watch. Previous spikers that are actually still somewhat holding CUEN, watching that. Siga's on watch. PSTX hasn't fully given up that shelf at 415. Let's go back to KSPN. There we go. And then hopefully you got that BC man. You can see what I was talking about there and why not to kind of take that play for the squeeze. You kind of anticipate it there. Sometimes not the best. It can be great, you know, but you have to really, you know, hone in on that skill, essentially, in my opinion. If you want to be one of those, I'm going to get it. Like in me, it's only shorting. You know, I do buy some breakouts. You know, like when we were watching HKD the other day, that was one of the most recent ones. But there's stocks that I do watch every once in a while, and I'm like, man, this just reeks that it's about to start, you know, popping up. Moho wants to be the one for the day for sure. That just proves me completely wrong. Just trying to rip to $1 Moho and completely prove me wrong. It's fine. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Sky T, volume is so light on it, team. I'm trying to find our two real main plays we can watch over here. I will go with Moho as of right now, as Moho is now hitting new high of day, trying to tear AK47's reputation apart. PSTX, though, here we go, team. Watch for you shortas. That 415 shelf crack could be coming in pretty soon here. So I do want to keep that on watch for you guys. BC Man. No, I'd say at this point in the day, I would go with probably a 3 minute time frame, 100% at this point in the day. You're going to want to go with something a little bit more, you know, a little bit higher time frame than that one minute for sure. Now, 1 minute probably work on, like, say, a Moho because it just started spiking. Probably would work on CUN because it just started spiking. Plays like that. But plays that have had the mob for this long, you know, for almost 3 hours now. So watch for, you know, I'd say a 3 minute time frame for any of these. You know, trend line crack, you know, shelf crack even sometimes, because what's going to happen is if you try to get in that 1 minute this late in the day, you're going to get a lot of, you know, a lot of those shadows are going to start forming to where if you get in, you know, open and close the candles, you get the next candle will wick you out a lot of the time. Like I think we've talked about with I've talked about with a lot of traders. That's why the 1 minute's great earlier on, but when you get later in the day here, open and close candles in the 1 minute, it gets a little more. I mean, you can use it, but you need to make sure you have like the 3 or the 5 minute up with it, so that way you can see, is it fully going to do that in the 3 minute? You know, it could be so instantaneous in the 1 minute this late in the day, to where early in the day it's a lot easier to just trust the 1 minute because we just started. We don't have a lot of charting to move on. We have a lot more charting, a lot more movement right now compared to earlier in the day. So I'd want you to be overall in a 3 minute, but you know, you can use the 1, but definitely check that 3 and where the closing and opening candles are there. Because you usually get continuation movement most times. I mean, you look at the trend line crack right here, you know, even in a 3 minute time frame, we're slowly but surely keeping this downtrend, really is what we're doing, staying in this downtrend, moving into 5-6 overall. And then 5-6 is going to be the barrier ground. And if we crack 5-6, in my opinion, that's when we're going to get a bigger red candle finally cracking this major support area. Same thing if we finally in a 3-minute time frame close and open ever above the downtrend here. Probably going to see a big move up. Now the fact that we've come down even more and more and more, now that push may only come to about 630. You know, we've moved down quite a bit compared to up top. We're close to 630. We could blow right through it and go to 670. Well, now 630 is going to be pretty prime to get through. Yeah, PSTX, it's so close here. So close as PSTX. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, team. But so that's why a 3-minute time frame helps you out even also as well a little bit. That 415 area, that 415 area looks a little bit more, you know, the 1-minute time frame every once in a while, this late in the day, you may get a close and open at like, say, 413 and then 412. And then it pops kind of back up like this or something. But in the 3-minute, you will see much more of the time. It holds true to that area. And you can go, yep, still above 415. We're still, you know, we still haven't closed below that area. IHT out of nowhere. Again, round 2. Round 2 short for IHT. So out of nowhere, great short back down. Again, IHT, watch for another great short if you can get shorts on IHT. Moho is up 175% on the day. I will give it, you know, give it that. Moho is up. You know, closed yesterday below the 20-cent mark. Today is up close to 50 cents. So there's that move to 50 now. Come on, Moho. Go to $1. Do it. Prove me wrong. If that, I'm telling you, if that still somehow doesn't, I got an hour and a half left. There's no way Moho doesn't end with an upper shadow today. Yeah. Agree with you, LCS. That's why I was saying this is slowly but surely matriculating its way back down to 5.6. Low so far is 5.67, so we're almost there. Definitely looking a little heavy. Need to squeeze sooner. This is probably going to see that nice good pullback closer to 5 area. Got Moho on watch as this rose to 50 here, team. And that's where past chart history resistance round 2 then comes in for Moho from past chart history. Just making sure everyone's good to go. All right, all caught up. Anything you want me to go over, team? Let me know right now. Not looking at anything, of course, trade-wise. Got my trades in earlier. Tup. Where are we at Tup? I keep wanting to put in Tub every time. Oh, I told you. Come on, Tup. I said this would end at 9 or 8. Where's the room at on Tup now? Where's the room to Tup? Good God. Oh, the short of the day. The short of the day. Yeah, 8, yeah. That's what I thought. I said it in the 9, maybe in the 8s. Has room down to the high 8s, if not 9. And here's Tup. Tup, I'm telling you, team. This was a short NATO. This was a short. Love it. This was beautiful today. And KSPN, getting it in. I got in earlier. You know, that's why I'm glad I can look back now and go, yes. And I hate it. You know, I got in at 4. It squeezed up, whatever. I knew the area to get the bounce play, which was great. And that's the last low bounce. That's the lowest, you know, well, depending on, of course, 340. That was really the last low bounce. I got the second last low bounce, which was pretty darn cool. And then I alerted to Marcel and you guys the third last low bounce of the day so far. So, love being in on that overall. KSB, a nice, beautiful bounce play. Actually went long twice and only short once. And then everything was chop. It just a little chop fest again today. Was not happy with what I was seeing. Tup was easy to borrow too as well. That's another reason why I shorted that darn thing. Siga, back to life, back to reality. Back to life, back to reality. Something like that. What is this company too? What is this? Moho. Kind of doing some little research here on this company. Yeah, it's a Chinese play. That's what I thought too. It's a Chinese play. However do you want me? However do you need me? However do you want me? However do you need me? Here you go. Yeah, here you go, Sniz. Starting to crack a little bit there, baby boy. Here's your short on PSTX. Again, I see this down to 4. And then under 4 to about that 380-ish area. So 4 to about 380. IHT, we getting a pullback yet? Oh, here we go. Look at that. Oh, my God. High of day at 374 and then right back on down, team. I mean, right back on down. Nice eye there, Snizinator. Nice eye. Ooh, Siga. Ice. Definitely back to life, back to reality. I mean, imagine that's why I just don't trade these. It's so hard for me to trade these pop-ups out of nowhere. Even, of course, the Siga. I don't care. That's fine. It's Siga, and I love it. Why did it pop? There's no reason for it to pop. I mean, what a dollar. I mean, a dollar move. I mean, from $19, what was the high there? 1907, 1910, all the way down to 1806. A dollar pullback overall. Wags, how you doing? Wagging that tail. Good, man. Good, man. Just trying to do my best to alert you guys in both lobbies what's going on. This stupid up and down choppy movement, stock spiking out of nowhere for no reason, and trying to get you guys to get some shorts in. I mean, some of them are holding up. You know, you got to give a couple of them credit. CUE and Swin here. It's holding up pretty nicely from its move up from no reason. Moho, same thing here. You know, getting these random poppers out of nowhere. Getting these little jalapeno poppers, man. That's, dang it, why do I have to bring up food? Why do I have to say the word poppers? I've not had much food today. Jalapeno popper sounds so good right now. My wife makes these awesome bacon wrap jalapeno oh my gosh, jalapeno poppers. I mean, we don't do the deep fry thing. We just stuff some, essentially just stuffed peppers, but I call them little papas. Little papas. Doing good though, Wags. How are you doing, boss? Main thing, I mean, good. I got to show everyone this one because I think I was one of the main ones alerting it for the short side early today. And I love it because you guys were Prince, whoever it was alerting it for the long side. And I almost thought about going long until I saw the trend line. We saw the trend line being formed here, and I started alerting this all the way down. And then the last alert was saying I see this down, you know, to the 9s, down to the mid 9s. That was way, you know, around 9:37 my time, whatever time it was. Then earlier I was like, this has room down, and I mean, I just should have just held the short. All this is just, and I want to get into it and kind of backtracking this and going over these teams. And I'm gonna stay in these longer over time. I promise you that. Or just kind of maybe re-enter them and knowing, okay, cool, if I don't want to hold, just wait for that area to crack again, because here's this other area that I'm talking about that I could have wrote it down to, in my opinion. I could have wrote it down to 9.5 because I had a feeling it was going down to 9.5 and it hit it perfectly. Then becomes another great shelf there, and I kept alerting you guys, watch for the 9.5 shelf crack. It finally cracked it. Beautiful short. Now it did come back and test it, which is great, but that's fine because it just failed from there and then became just a gorgeous short. So this was the short I love. Yes, this was my play. Like, yes, look at my play. You know, look what my play did today. Now there are plays like this one, which I got into, which yes, I traded multiple times. I should have went short here. Good Lord, I should have went short here. I went long thinking we'd have that momentum like we've had recently early in the day out of a halt down. I saw a lot of support here at 225. You know, went long 10. Luckily, I saw it was getting weak because I knew that green candle had to form quickly. Did not. Got out of a 10. Luckily, it was it could have been lost. I would have been fine. I call it a wash trade either way. But a $10 win. So just a wash trade. Completely a wash trade. Just not a great trade, really. I was hoping it would be. Didn't form out to be a good one there in the end. Then KSBN, I actually alerted this to Melissa earlier. Miss Pica. Melissa asked for a bounce play. Marcel, I forgot who I was asking, but I alerted the $4 area. 390 to 410 was my alert for the bounce. My entry was 405. I didn't get the 390 area. Obviously, it only hit down to 405. I hit 403. I got filled at 405. For that move up, I sold around the 460s into 470s. That's where I was scaling out at. Into these upper shadows. Of course, before it squeezed the 6. But it's all good. Getting that piece of the pie. Oh, here you go. See, look. And look at this. And then BC Man, right? And so look at this. Close and open of candles, baby boy. Your entry here would have been what? 603 at the worst. You're now up 20 cents. I don't know if you took that, but there you go. See, right? This is what I'm talking about. Put your lines in and trade them. Look at BC, and boom, and then take it. Make sure you take some there, though. Remember, that was the year to take some. That take some here in this 625 area. Anything from 625 to 630, definitely at least take half off the table. Great trade though. Oh, look at it, and it's sold. There you go. Quick trade. Yeah. See, especially if you did that 1,000 shares over and over and over again. Quick 200, quick 200, quick 200. That's repeat that, baby boy. That's it. Nice job, boss. Nailed it. See, I love that. Makes my heart happy. You even got McFly's attention. Even McFly went to come up and say hi for that one. He was like, dude, high five from McFly. High five from McFly. Not many people get a high five from McFly. You know, that's pretty big honors. Too late for a Siga short, kind of. Yeah, trade daily. I know exactly. I wish I should have known to short this. Like, there's no way this is gonna hold. I would have shorted Siga at this trend line crack that I was showing you guys earlier. There was like a small shelf. Actually, it was a shelf. There was the trend line that lasted all day, right? And it was this shelf that had just formed recently, right there. So there's that shelf. That would have been round 2 in my opinion. Now moving forward, if you want to get another short in McFly, you know, I am trying to do a little bit of work and look a little professional. I would say underneath this area right here, I love you, but I work. I know you don't know that you're a cat, but I work. I would say this next shelf, if it really starts getting built. Now, maybe if you want to go back up, because this moved down to 18, maybe fill in some shares here at 18.25 for a fail at 18.25 and the VWAP back down to say $18. In my opinion, it's going to be, if this shelf, especially when this shelf builds up for some more of a shelf, essentially, and you crack this 18.10 area back down possibly to 17.80. That would be your next good short opportunity right there. Number one, first, because it's going to probably happen first, if you want to get in short, old support equals new resistance at 18.25 to VWAP. Next short to be had is going to be when the 18.05 shelf cracks. Got it, trade daily. Oh, that's yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying though, BC man, because I know you. But that's what I'm saying. But imagine when you do feel more confident and you can just repeat that with 1,000 shares over and over and over, like you want to do. Well, eventually maybe get to 2,000 shares, right? You know, you're going to get there. It's all about getting those consistent wins first under the belt like that. Oh, okay, here's what I need to do. Oh, here's what I need to do. Here's what I need to do. Here's what I need to do. Then it becomes like I talk about that robotic stage where it's just like, nah, here's what I'm doing it. You know, kind of like that essentially. Even though it's kind of goofy for me to talk like that, but you get what I'm saying. Where it becomes more robotic, where you just know this is the trade. You're taking the trade. You take the trade. It's successful. You do that over and over and over. That win rate starts going up, and then you just don't even. Then the share size goes up, and etc. It's definitely a battle. It's a process. Come on, I want to be seeing this in a little bit. No, mo. What was that song? Like I do. I think it's a song that does the no part. You got it, trade daily. Awesome. Anything else you want me to go over? Any questions, comments, concerns? I do want to get into a lesson if I can. If not, I can do multiple lessons tomorrow. And McFly, God, every time you do this, it feels like I get hair on my nose. Yeah, there goes multiple hairs. That's just the worst. I'm sitting here with my nose just tickling terribly in front of you. All right, let's see what else we got here. Anything else? Momo's moving. Siga, careful with that. Let's go back to KSPN. Would we get any more out of that? We're still, okay, hovering up in this area. Okay, cool. So let's move this up a little bit. We'll go with resistance now. As we can tell, that is definitely the resistance area number one that we're running into. We can see the channel overall. I'll up this a little bit right there. So our channel is around 560 up to the 620 mark. 560 to 620, 60-cent channel. What would your lesson topic? What would be your lesson topic? You know, that was the one thing. I was gonna maybe do a poll today. I didn't think it was gonna be this busy during lunch hours, and I was gonna have you guys do a poll on what the lesson should be. So I didn't have one picked out. I was actually gonna do a poll. Now that it's this late in the game, I mean, it's kind of like, well, I'm just gonna have to decide one, because I was gonna do the poll like around 11:45 or noon, and then around well, that's my time. So essentially 12:30, 12:45 Eastern time, put the poll out. So 12 to 12, I should say about 12:30ish or so, or 1:30 or so. Get it out earlier. I just didn't get it out. I kind of forgot about it. It was busy. And then so by now I was already into the lesson, because I'd go to, okay, the poll winner is my point. You know, I want to get into the poll winner right now. I don't want to do a poll because I know it'll take like 5 seconds maybe for you guys to pick it, but you get my point. I'm just going to pick one now. I will be the poll decider today. I'll do a poll tomorrow. And this is going to be today's lesson. because we are getting there, and it's just to be a little reminder how to trade when the market is heating up. Nice little reminder and refresher of what to do when we are starting to get what we're seeing right now, 100%. 11R, thanks for coming over, baby. T-Farm, nobody but me. What's that? Nobody. What's that? What? Hold on. What was that referring to? T-Farm, nobody but me. What did I say? Cool. Get into that in just a minute. Yeah, you got it, 11R. Waiting to see if we get any movement out of these plays. If we don't, then we can get into the less than 100% team. Sniz, you liking your PST? Look at these shelves, team. You know, you put your lines in and you trade them. It just makes trading that much more simple. Let's go a little bit lower, right about right there. And there you go. So far, beautiful shelf crack. Again, wasn't a ton of room down to 4, but 4 is your first target. Then down to that 385, possibly 380 area. So nice little short so far from PSTX. Good job there, Sniz, if you did get in. Nobody but me. Okay, nobody. There we go. See, now once you said that, now I'm like, that's what he says. Oops. Not that one. Here we go. There we go. This one. Nobody can do the shelf cracks and the Thanos crossovers like I do. God, that's the song, though. I'll be jamming that out later. I'm not kidding. I'll be feeding the pack before the wife gets home. She'll come out with that song on, like, what? Because I always put, like, music on. You know, always put something like our list on just to get good vibes when she gets home. She's always dealing with a-holes, customers, or employees all day long. Having to work for her customers. I'm sure if any of you work in the corporate world or anywhere out there and you're the one out there doing the work for other people, you're like, yep, I know what you're talking about. They're on their phone, not doing anything, and you're the one that has to be like, are you going to help them? Okay, I guess, hey, how you doing today? You know, like, I guess I'll do the work for you. Even though I'm your boss, which I'm like, babe, you're the boss. You are their regional manager. You should be like, you want to get fired possibly, maybe? Like, kind of. But, of course, the world we live in now, you can't really do that because, of course, you're going to have the help because we know the world we live in. No one wants to work, and so even getting people to work is few and far between. So, you know what I'm saying? They just don't have it's hard to fire people anymore because I'm like, can you fill that spot? You know, if it was 2019, 2018, and before, you know, especially 5 years ago, it was so much easier. People wanted to work. The world we got into after COVID, especially, people were like, can I just work from home? Can we just do 4-day work weeks, essentially? I know a lot of big cities are kind of starting to move that or try to. Yeah, Melissa, can you ask a question? Were you kidding me? Like that? Yeah, that. I would say if there's there's not a dumb question, but that might be a dumb question. I'm just kidding. I was like, you kidding me? You can ask me anything. You can ask me anything you want. Well, I don't know if I'd answer anything. I know Alex one day, because I was like, I did say this in Alex, and that was the only one weird question I did get. Alex was, you know me, I'm like, hey, ask anything, whatever, blah, blah. I was always say, whether it's soccer related, whatever you want to talk about, let me know I'm here, especially before I get into the lesson here. Alex Vaughn, if you do remember that. Do you remember what you asked me, Alex Vaughn? Are you in chat? Do you remember what you asked me that day? And I remember what you asked me. Deep, that would be a great lesson. Awesome. Thank you. When tickers show up as massive volume and low float, why do some spike and others don't? What is the best way to tell if they spike? Usually, Melissa, it's going to be, I would call it, really goes back to like the conditions overall. Like, how are the market conditions? You've seen what we've seen recently. Anything can fly. It doesn't matter if it's medium float, too, especially if it's low float, it's going to fly. There are time periods, unfortunately, like earlier this year, where we had up until really recently, where it could have a low float, great PR, and we're going, hey, it's got pretty damn good volume, too. What's going on here? A lot of it comes back because there's so much selling inside that volume too. So there's selling, there's a lot of buying. You'll see green candles like right here with KSPM, you know, but we're gonna have a lot of like, you know, we get those days, so we can't get that pure movement up. So it just does this, you know, a lot of the time. It's when we get buy by everyone. It's like when Deck talks about the mob and it's mine, where everyone's going buy, and they're just saying that, but it's buy, and no one's selling. That's when you can get those moves. It's all about coming back to market conditions. Yeah, that's why we're getting it now. You know, we'll get longer periods of this. We just haven't. And so if you're newer to it and you just haven't seen much of it or long periods of it, then that's why we just haven't seen. We haven't. I mean, if you'd been around since like me, 2018, so saw 2018, 2019, saw normal market, then you saw 2020 and see what crazy hot can be all the time. Now that I especially know that, because my now point being, go to 2021 where it was a little bit of mixed bag, where it was 2020 hot at sometimes, and sometimes it was just 2018, 2019 where it was hot, but it wasn't hot as like it was in 2020. And then I get to 2022 where it's like, okay, now I get to see Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it's cold as hell, and it's completely different than 2020 for the, you know, at least for the first few months, and then have to trade differently, and then go back and go, wow, 2020, holy bananas! If I knew what I knew now, I would have made like, I even with that smaller account, I would have made so much more money. I would have just went in so big. Of course, we know now, but usually comes back to the conditions. Usually overall, if you see good conditions for spiking in market, pushing PRs, mean that, like right now, if a stock comes out like with news, low float PR, actually point mean has a PR, it almost comes back to PR again. The PR doesn't even mean anything. It will help it. It's just like, oh yeah, let's go, right? Let's this is awesome. This is up 300% already. We're in that condition and in that environment. We just haven't been, so you haven't been able to see that. Like DXF, just over 7 million shares. It should go nuts. DXF. What do you mean it just had? So you mean, oh, you're talking about the float? Oh, gotcha. It's the volume. It just needs more volume. So you have to have sustainable longevity of volume. So when you get these volume bursts that come in, you know, compared to like just go back to KSPN, look at KSPN. These are millions of shares traded, you know, overall, where it doesn't matter how small that float is, you need to have more volume. And then secondly, that volume to stick in with the play, or you're going to get a lot of this right here, a lot of up and then straight down movement, which I'm surprised again with like Moho, but I guess maybe the float's not that big. Usually the bigger the float, the more this does happen. The smaller the float, usually you're up and then straight back down like you're just showing with DXF. That happens. Like the float 7 mil. Well, usually when a lower float, you don't get the buying to stay in, buy, and then what? Everyone just comes in and they just get rid of their shares, and they're getting rid of their shares, and they're getting rid of their shares. I feel like I'm trading some entries twice earlier, just paper trading. Oh, okay. Sniz, that's all right, though, Josh. I mean, that's all right, boss. It's the first time I've ever that, because I always think just Josh does run with boss, but it's all right, though, dude. You kidding me? All right, so everything's kind of dying off right now, so I'm going to get into this lesson. If there's anything else you have, let me know right now. Ask me. Otherwise, it is time to get into the lesson. I think we're kind of getting to that point where I wouldn't trust. Like right now, even with KSPN, you know, it's kind of dying off to the right, trying to take a trade here with volume really starting to die out. I would say watch for this to dump off and go for a short back underneath this, back down to this area of support. Let's see if this downtrend line actually does hold up, though. Nice, deep. Tup and dup. Nice, boss. Good job. Good short. Yeah, this new shelf that's building up right at 9, excuse me, if that cracks deep, it's only going to go down even more. So if it does get underneath 9 right here, you know this is definitely going to go down even more. Probably down to that 875 rule. That's what I was, again, kind of likening it to. You know, if it gets under 9, that 875 area. Oh, QNRX not done yet. I took QNRX off the list here. QNRX, you got to be kidding me. The mob shift continues, team. Someone came back into this. I could have just swore it would have been done. Although, guess what? It never dumped underneath. Look, it never closed and opened underneath my 5-9 area that I kept talking about, that lower shadow. And that held that bad boy up. That is just wow. All right, so QNRX halted up now, team. So QNRX halted up once. We are now going for halt up number 2. Oh, not halted up yet. Not halted up yet. So we're going up for another halt area. If it does halt up, I would say watch for a move to 875. 875 is going to be your area for QNRX. Let's go back and pull this up now that we actually need it again. QNRX. The halt up price is 851 now. 851 for QNRX. Doubt it's going to hit that LULD on the way down. That's just so far down as of right now. If you are looking for a dip buy, watch for a dip buy right around the 755 to about 775 area. It's going to be a micro dip and a micro quick pullback. It's not going to be heavy. I wanted to get into the lesson. What is going on here? You got it. Got it. Deeply noted. How about that one? Deeply noted. That's awesome, though. I'm glad some people are taking that TUP trade down. I'm telling you, Moho. I'm telling you, Melissa. If this, that upper shadow's starting to look pretty nice. It's coming. Oh, my bad. QQLN. I just now see. That's why I always try to tell traders. I miss it if you don't tag my name if you ever can. My bad. QQLN. Always try to tag the AK47 so I know it's to me. Sometimes I will not see them. Let's see here. Do you still think it will break or have a random pop? Let's see here. Oh yeah, okay, because it's going down more. No, I was like, I think it's gonna go down more. I think it's gonna go down anyway. I think it's gonna go down more, but I was like, no, I see this down into that cracking more. You know, that PSTX, I would hold that for sure, Allen, or Sniz. I would 100% hold that to 3.9. So 3.9 to me, 392, 393, somewhere in that area is where I see the first maybe possible dip buy down to 3.9. So PSTX, I would say somewhere around that the low 3.9s. That's where I would take that down to and definitely lock up some shares there. But I see this down to 390 to 393. Sorry, my bad, Alan. Next time, just type it again. I do not mind. You guys can yell at me. What's up, Neuron? Sorry, I think you came over too. Whoever came over earlier. What's up, team? Neuron, so you said hi, and I forgot to say yeah. So yeah, tag me or just say it 13 times. I promise you, I don't care. You can spam my chat as much as you want. Oh, whoa, and we're still rocking. Here's that move to 875 rule, team. Here's that move to 875, and I told you that's why I say if we get a pullback. Now the pullback, if we do get a pullback, I promise you it's not coming to lower than 7.9 as of right now. QNRX is going to have full mob right now. It's that 790 area is where you're going to get a micro pullback if we get one. Yeah, sorry, I just don't want people like Alan, I just want people like, you suck. I hate this guy. Doesn't even answer my, alerts. So I want everyone to make, I guess that comes back to being, my wife says that, being a, what am I? Born in October? I don't remember what I am now. But I guess that's a people please. We're like, when I say people, we want to make sure everyone's happy. I definitely am that way anyway. I've always been that way. I just want to make, Libra, yeah. I just like everyone to be happy and put smiles on people's faces. Awesome Neuron, just want to be on the show. Doc Savage, he made the show. What's up, man? Nice to have you in, Doc Savage. Dippy, you listening to me? You're just gonna cheat on me and go straight to living like Matt, like you've been doing me lately. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Neuron. I appreciate it that I do not suck. Well, I'm glad you're participating. You were participating quite well. So here's QNRX team. I'm telling you, here comes that pullback. We probably may not even get these upper shadows. You can see the upper shadows come right to about $7.95, $8. That is where your dip buy. That's generally where you want to come in on the dip buy. The low right there hit 817. I don't know if you're gonna fully get that if you're looking for a dip. Again, careful with this play. There's really no reason for it to be popping out of nowhere. I would love to be one of those people that really focus in and find out where traders find these. I know they're pumping this and this because I just don't follow people on Twitter and such. You have to be a follower of people to do that. Again, people that do that, I love when they do. I just don't do that. So I'm glad the ones that do. I just wish they'd inform more like, hey, who's pumping this? But you can just go back to QNRX team. Usually it's a gap up. Look at the red candle, the red candle, the red candle. Can I keep going back? Red. It's not going to be red today because we're actually not gapping up really. Just be careful with QNRX. Just be super duper careful. Yeah, super low float, 100%. QNRX, that lower float helps out big time. Let it ride. How about let it ride? Doc Savage, though, Neuron, Melissa, Miss Boss, all you guys coming on. Cool Allen. Avon's always around. QNRX, not getting the pullback. Squeeze new high of day. Whammy. 920. Fun still around here, team. I wanted to get into the dang lesson, and here we go. I feel like if I get into the lesson, you guys are going to hate me. Oh, but we do have this. Allen, Sniz, lockup time. Dun 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 dun. I slowed the song down just so I don't talk so fast. Boom. Lock it up. Locks them up right there, boys. Ladies as well, if you are in, 390 is your lockup zone for PSTX. Your overall top goal would be getting down top target. I know it's funny to say top, so it'd be bottom target would be 375. And PSTX, QNRX, as soon as I move away from it, halted up team. Woo! Right into the LULD, halted up. QNRX, whammy. Zeet. Boom. Got it. Zeet. Sniz. Nice, Sniz. Snizinator. He says, I'll be back for more. Nice. Big. What's up? Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Isn't this a... Oh, I like that right there. Now, can we get one, though, with Thanos looking down on me. Can we get that one, for the Thanos crossover? That would be even cooler. And then put Thanos crossover, and but we look like we're on the same team, something where we're like, yeah, we're about to kill it. You know what I'm saying? And then have like the arrow going down, and then one crossing through it and going up, so have one kind of like vice versa, so like the same thing, just on the other side, mirroring it with then kind of the candle going angled and then up. You know what I'm saying? So because Thanos crossover you can use either way. You cool? Look at you guys. Good job, Alan. Look at you guys. Good job. Good short on PSTX. Good short on PSTX. Woo! PSTX. PSTX. You were a great short. Why do you keep going down? PSTX. That was just great right there, team. Great. Good job there, team. PSTX. Good short. Go back to for sure Q and RX, the other X play. Man, it seems like we've seen a lot of X plays over the past few months. X-Men are out to get us. Melissa, I'm telling you, I've got my eye on this over here. I'm telling you, when this gets under 37 in the VWAP, 36 in the VWAP, I'll go 37 in the VWAP. I'm telling you, watch for my upper shadow. You were right, though. It went for higher. You were right. You went from when you first brought this up, this was at, in the 29, 30 cent area. It went on a 20 cent rip from there. I mean, that is beautiful, really, So great long opportunity. I just was scared for this to happen in the end and then the dump off. Send me what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, you're good. No, what I was saying was like right here. So like have Thanos right here. Kind of find me a cool Thanos picture and have the colors obviously purple like Thanos and maybe some gold in there. Same thing in the back. Charting could be the background, right? Background can have this chart, but instead of this going down, but instead have this going down, but then have another one equally over. So you start it right here, go where it'd be this, but you just put this over here, so it goes. You see what I'm saying? So the arrow would end right here. It kind of angle up and then shoot up this way, kind of making an X essentially in the end. Cool looking X because that means you point me because the Thanos crossover you can go long or short. That would be dope. And that little X in the middle, and we're like, yeah, this is the X squad. Don't be messing with us. Thanos. I don't know what my name is, but he does most of the work. I just talk, I talk, he does work, we win. Q and RX halt time team 43 after in 2 seconds, 43 after in 2 seconds. So if it's a 5-minute halt, watch for an unhalt time at 50 or 48 after in 2 seconds. Go over to deck slide. Doesn't seem like anyone's really over there. Halt time. We'll go with, what time is it? What is it? 1:43 in 2 seconds. So, Sween and DXF moving. What do you think? Let's go here. Quickly look at these. Oh, I'm sure with, if any of these, I think you're going to get some, you could maybe get some continuation. I think in the end, most of these, honestly, in my opinion, they're going to fall over. Usually when you see these, I would look to get short. I'd very rarely look to go long. The only play out, because yesterday was APDN, or what was it yesterday? Was it APDN, right? That was the gap up into today? Right, yeah. Today, if there's one that's going to do it, in my opinion, it's going to be KSPN, or was going to be KSPN. That's why I say was, because we've had these every day where we have a gap up. Even yesterday, even Matt was, the guy was right. I forgot who it was that asked about it. King Kong Trades, I think it was, that asked about it in Match Lobby yesterday. APDN for a swing, and everyone's kind of like, it's kind of sketchy. I don't know if we're going to get that momentum tomorrow. Well, there we go. I think we're still going to get that one last play for the swing into tomorrow. We have good momentum. I thought maybe it could be KSPN and BC Man. See why I told you to take that profit there. BC Man, great freaking trade. And then almost why I said, and don't, I almost going to say it, and do not take a trade right now, as this is about to dump right on through. But KSPN was going to probably be it. It might be Q and RX right now. So Q and RX, I know it's, again, one of those random ones, but it has held its mob now for almost 2 hours. If we can hold 8's going to be key right here, this area. If we can hold that, I see this staying up and maybe possibly pushing into Matt's commentary, you guys, for afternoon commentary. As in even more so. As in, if it holds 8, watch for this for you guys to definitely have some fun. I have a session actually in Power Hour. Oh, I do have a session in Power Hour. Okay, cool. So I will be around no matter what. So I will try to do my best to alert those and into and after. Hey, gorgeous. You're getting so big and you were just a little puppy. You're so pretty. Let's see, Zeet. You looking for illustrations? That has been my... Yeah, man, no, yeah. So Adrian for Music just does those in chat. You know, I love Adrian for Music. He does those for just for fun. So yeah, man, if you want to ever put anything to work for me, go ahead. I don't feel like giving it and try to tell me. I could say, dude, look at this. I did that kind of stuff in the past. I just anymore because I know some artists want to do their own thing anyway, and they kind of get like, dude, I do this. You don't really, you know. So I used to kind of do some of that stuff. I just don't need. I didn't do the work. I just kind of based on what I wanted to look like. Anymore, like, dude, just do something. I'm like, I'm so chill. Gotta take care of these crazy dogs. Let's see, 1,000 shares on PSCX at 388. Oh, let's see here. Did you go long on the bounce play cry later? Did you go long on that bounce play area? There you go. I would take some at 405-ish to 407. So if you get to 405 or 407, nice, man. That was, see, because that's perfect. Now I want to start doing that more when I take my trades, because earlier I wanted to, what was the trade earlier that I was looking at? Oh, forgot what it was that I was looking at earlier, and I wanted to go long and then short. And I was like, that's what I need to start doing. I need to go short then long. You know, short it down to my bounce play, get out of my short, like what I was just alerting to you guys that were in the short, then go long because it is a good bounce play area. So yeah, you took a perfect short, a perfect bounce. That was like right in that area while I was telling those guys, hey, to lock up. That's your lockup zone. Now is, you know, and that was your bounce area for a bounce back up to say, you know, close to 4, if just not over 4 would be the area to look at for sure. Q and RX look for a open time now of a 10-minute halt, which would be 53 after in 2 seconds. 53 after in 2 seconds. Yep, trade daily. Yep, 10-minute halt on Q and RX. Alrighty. What a day. Just flew right on by. These lunches have been flying by. It's crazy when you get the comment or the comeback of the Heat game, and it's a lot hotter now. How you see a lot more spikes. Oh, I forgot. I just kind of went back over to see if Matt was going live. I forgot some of the guys that used to go live. Of course, Sean, we're all sure in chat there. Man Bun, Mr. Man Bun. Always love you guys listening in the background, even if you're not really chatting. So any of you that are ever in the background, maybe not really chatting much, I know I'm always thinking of you. But I forgot about Pack-a-Punch. What happened to Pack-a-Punch and Mom Ladorian? Or Mom DeLorean. Mom DeLorean. I have to always say it wrong. Forgot about those guys. And then Bull Trade Finder. I forgot about the ones that were kind of going live there for a minute. I don't know whatever happened. I don't know if you guys keep in touch with them. Because they were going there for a minute or two. I know Pack-a-Punch was. I didn't ever see whatever happened with Mom DeLorean. Thoughts on TBLT? Oh boy, TBLT. Yeah, I forget. This guy's a great up and down mover. Pretty technically sound for the most part. The only thing I don't like about it's this real upper shadowy wiki daily that they have. TBLT, you know, cry later. It was a gorgeous trend line crack earlier. If you're looking for a bounce play, I do like the bounce area it's in, but it kind of hit it already at that 780 mark. That's the bounce play. Anywhere from 775 to 780, you can see this area from earlier. My sandwich area that I talk about, it needs to get back over the 785 mark that unfortunately was just built in right above it. You can tell that's the resistance now. That will then, you know, create a move to 795, possibly the VWAP and $8. Back below the 775 mark, though, it will dump off even more. Could see low of day. Z, gotcha. Should be back. I gotcha. I never what happened to Pack-a-Punch. I never didn't see those guys. Saw though, I don't know whatever happened to those. But it's one of those things too. You just have to stick around. You got it, cry later, awesome. You have to stick around for a while. Heck, that was something. Obviously, QNRX is live, team. QNRX is live. QNRX is 100% live. Got the bounce area that it needs to hold up the old halt up price around that 935 mark. 935 area is where this halted up at. 935, 9. I have no idea what's going on. Hold on one sec, team. I have no idea what's going on. And I'm back. So that would just be TikTok Doc messing with our bunny. So the bunny would, so Doc will like, I had to say it earlier, but literally it's like a petting zoo for Doc. He just puts his hand in there. He puts his paw in there like he just wants to touch. And the bunny's like, there. He's so funny. Like, what are you doing? Quit messing with the bunny. QNRX, yeah, QNRX by far top stock to watch. So let's kind of get into these. I know we're winding down for the rest of the day. Definitely will have Matt, I'm sure, coming on sometime soon. Yeah, I just forgot about those guys. Like Pack a Punch. Like I forgot about those guys. There's like two guys I don't never know. I could never figure it out. I know Mom. She's been in chat for a while, and it's one of those things too. If you kind of come out of nowhere, it takes a while to build up a following. That's why I mean for the longest time alerted in Dex Lobby and was just honored when he finally asked me to go live for him on Fridays. So that helped. That's why a lot of he hit me up early on because he hit me up and he's like, man, you make money. What's it like? And I'm like, you just got to stick to it. I was like, if you're just new to this chat, no one knows you. Just like thinking about anyone in life, I walk up to you off the street and said, hey man, you gonna go buy this stock? QNRX this. Here's my halt strategy. Hey, the Thanos crossover. You'd be looking at me like, Thanos, man, what? Who are you, weirdo? You know, you've seen me in chat, Alex Vaughn, you know, J Trades, Active Trader, whoever it may be. You've seen him for forever in chat. You're like, oh, I know this guy. You feel like you know him, you've seen him, you talk to him every day for the most part. Versus, you know, you just come into chat, you haven't even been in chat, you just all of a sudden start going live. There, you know, there's a little more trust that has to be built in. It takes a little bit longer. So that's what I was trying to tell him. Like, hey, it just takes a while to start building that followship in, essentially. QNRX hitting the LULD team, so I do have the level 2, just so you ever know, team. The LULD is getting hit right now at 1168. So QNRX, watch for the halt play right here, team. QNRX, oh, failed at the halt up price. Oh, now it's going down. Watch for the halt down. Oh, okay, now it's all over the place. Now we're just having fun. Now, I'll watch this team. It's going to just skyrocket all the way back down to 10 here. Oh, we may go for the halt down. We may go for the halt down, team. The LULD's 970. May go for the halt down right here, team. Woo! Hoo, 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 hoo. Wow, QNRX halted down. Wow, what a move right there. Z, I would just be careful. Yeah, I would. I would just be careful. I would not trade QNRX, honestly. If you are wanting to trade this, you're wanting to hang out with Risky Biscuits, Mr. Snakeskin, Rainey himself. Just be careful. If you're looking to get a better traditional bounce, I would let this kind of cool off and see if it does come down to 8 and take it off of 8. That's the area I would take it off of right there. That's why I said careful going long on this overall anyway. Remember I showed you the daily here, all these red candles that just give back gains. So it's a stock that really does not usually hold. So the fact that it's up this much for the day was just up who knows how much when it was close to 1150. Right now, even halted down, it's up 125%. So I'm sure it was close to probably 200% when it was at high of day area. Let's see here. What's up, Maddie? Let's see. I'm done with it. Made money. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I would just be fun to watch from now. There's not too much predictable trading. Oh, here you go. It's cry later. Cry later. Do you get your balance? Here you go. Cry later. As I alerted for you. Here, cry later. You still in and taking your profit right there, baby boy? Cry later. Tell me you held till now and you're still in. You're not crying later. You're about to be crying right now because you're so happy. Whoop whoop. Oh, cool. Took it at 4. There you go. All right. So there we go. That's what we're looking for. Overall, and then I said overall top target for you would have been that old shelf right here if it pops into it, which in mine, that's a good thing. Hey, you had the right area, the right entry. You had a good trade right there, boss. 978 looks like the open overall for QNRX. I'll stick around as this comes live, then I'll send you guys over to the other classroom. I'll send you over to Matt. So I will definitely send you guys over to him in just a minute. I'll watch for this to see where it goes live. I'll tell Matt. Like, awesome. Cry later. All right, so I want to watch for this to go live. It halted down at 56 after in 4 seconds. Any last questions, comments, concerns? Otherwise, my buddy, my son, Matt is going live, so you can pretty much head over there for some afternoon commentary. He'll keep you rocking and rolling for the rest of the day. I'll take my break until I have my session, so I'm going to take a quick little small break. Then I'll be back in here because of how much fun this is. I just love doing this, so I'll be alerting you guys over in his lobby. If you do stick around in mine, I'll alert in here as well. Always copy and paste and put them in all the different lobbies. Watch list moving forward. To use the EMA, if so, why? Yes, so IM-ish, yes, I definitely use the 9 EMA. That's what this is right here. I've always used the 9 and 20. What I noticed from a lot of top traders, from me being around 5+ years, they've used that 920. I don't use the 20 anymore. Too many lines on my chart. I use the 9. Main reason I use them above the 9 bullish, below the 9 bearish. So you can tell even right here, which is a perfect prime example on Melissa's play Moho. Up on the 9, we're bullish. Below the 9, look how we start becoming bearish. So that's why I use it, seeing that bearish and bullish divergence. And when the bearish moves in, that's when I go for the short. I'm more of a shorter as of recently. So overall, just watching for that underneath the 9, especially if the MACD crosses over to the bearish side as well. It's short city limits for me. It's time to take that bad boy down. Yeah, used to. Yeah, Adrian for Music, you may have missed the... so Adrian for Music, you may have missed this stream that I did. I don't know which part. I think it was in maybe part 2 right here. But this guy right here, Ashton Nolan. Ashton Nolan. He's got about 30,000 interview followers or so. You know about like deck. You know, it's about the deck status. Not crazy amount, but definitely has a good, pretty big following. But here's the Ashton Nolan interview that I did, and he actually learned, and that's his mentor, actually was John Carter, and now he has the ST Squeeze Pro. So there's actually a new, better one now. So go watch that, and there's actually new, because yes, he has a TTM Squeeze that's free on Thinkorswim, but now there's a new one out that John Carter has made, and Ashton Nolan is actually using. Especially he does options, and that's why I'm going to learn from him and Umar that Kush was talking about earlier. I'm going to be learning from those two, by far the 2 top option traders I've ever seen. So I'll be learning from those 2 later this year to get my options game on. But yes, definitely have used it. Used to use it, just not nearly as much. Oh, cool. So you've got the Ready, Aim, Fire. So he used the newer one, so it's the ST Squeeze Pro or something. So watch that interview that I just did right there. QNRX is now live, team. Oh, and a small little gap up. So we gapped up right here, team. So QNRX is going to be looking to try to hold up for you guys if it can stay back over 10 here. But yeah, it's a new one. So go watch that Adrian for Music. I think it's called like the ST Squeeze Pro, or for what it starts with an S. It's either SS Squeeze or the ST Squeeze Pro. You actually have to purchase it. It's not out anywhere for free. You actually have to purchase it. But yeah, so he uses that with the Ready, Aim, Fire, and just it's ridiculous. It's kind of like me and the Thanos crossover. You have a pattern, a setup that you use, and it's just like, how is it this money? This is awesome. All right, team. Roll call time. Z, Adrian for Music, IM-ish, and hopefully IM-ish, does that make sense with the EMA? A lot of people use the EMA. I know Kush was on earlier, uses the same EMA that I do. We both use the 9 EMA, which I love. I want to give Kush a little kiss now because of how much I liked hearing from him earlier. But yeah, Z, Adrian for Music, guys from IM-ish, Cry Later, great trade there. BC Man, great trade. You Cool Allen, great trade. Any of you guys that took that PSTX Sniz, of course, Melissa, any of you guys that came over today, Miss Boss, Super Buddy, Geek Bomb, Megalodon Bomb, all you guys that come trade daily that come over, I certainly 100% appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. I will be around, so if you do anything, hit me up. I'm not going to go anywhere. Alex Vaughn, thank you as well as always. You handsome little critter, you. Team, Doc Savage, any of you that came over, thank you all. Have a good rest of your day, team. I am wrapping it up. Have a good rest of them. See, what do we got here? What do we got to put on? I know deck like me sometimes, like we kind of forget to get a song ready, and you're like, "Wow, what do you want to hear? What do you want to hear? You want to hear Bodies Hit the Floor? Huh? We want little Bodies Hit the Floor again? That was a good. You know what? Since deck didn't let that one play out, I'm gonna let it play out a little bit longer. Drowning Pool for each and every one of you. That's right. You want to hear a little something hard rock? I swear he went to that one. I went country metal. That wasn't the first one, actually, by the way, deck. It was actually country metal. It wasn't heavy metal. But how he thought of going to Bodies by, I was just like, what? You went to Bodies out of all the songs? I'm like, good for you, though, Deck. I'm glad you actually know this song. You were like 2 when this came out. Sean Worrell, Miss Boss. Yeah, you guys, Boom Earl, thank you. Boom Earl, Aussie. Yes, 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 guys. Come over tomorrow. I do, unfortunately, have another session in the morning. So I have another session in the morning. So unfortunately, I can't go live. I want to try to start going live with you on Thursdays and Fridays. So tomorrow, again, only lunch commentary, but you will have me on Friday, team. So don't worry, you will have me this Friday for morning commentary and get those alerts in. So just lunch tomorrow. I'll try to get my alerts out to you guys over in Deck's lobby and my lobby in the morning, then over here for lunch. Time to get up and get crazy. Have a great rest of your day, team. This song. This is, you kidding me? 3, 2, 1. Let's get it, Lost Boys and Girls.
hast mich. Du hast mich. Du hast mich. Du hast mich. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt und ich hab nichts gesagt.
brother, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't wait. I knew